Hey everyone, my name is Sean Wheelock. I'm the play-by-play commentator for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We welcome all of you here in Clearwater, Florida, in the Tampa Bay metropolitan area, and watching worldwide online. This is our press conference for BKFC 19, which will take place this Friday night at the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa, Florida. This is a huge show, stacked card. We will also have a new addition to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, which our founder, David Feldman, will be discussing. You see the fighters in front of us. You see the fighters up with me on the dais as well. To assembled media, we will have questions at the end of this press conference. Also, one-on-ones will be available. Limited tickets are still available for this event. Of course, you can watch online on Bare Knuckle TV as well as on Fight. Before we get started with our athletes and our fighters, I want to bring up the man who made this possible. This is the man who brought bare knuckle fighting back into the modern era with a twist. No longer bare knuckle boxing. This is a brand new combat sport, which is the fastest growing combat sport in the world. It is bare knuckle fighting. The man who truly made this possible, he is BKFC's founder and president, Mr. David Feldman.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. We're back here at Burt's Barracuda. Thank you to Burt's Barracuda for the hospitality to host this press conference for this unbelievable event. We have BKFC 19, which will take place this Friday night at the Florida Fairgrounds here in Tampa, Florida. It's going to be a tremendous event. First of all, I'd like to say a special thanks to the governor of this great state, Governor DeSantis. For his forward thinking. He was invited here to come to this event. He confirmed, and then he had another obligation. He's not going to be able to make it, but just want to say thank you for everything that you did to allow businesses to operate during the pandemic and thereafter, and allow us to continue being the fastest growing combat sport in the world. We're also going to be launching something else new here at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19. You know, we always try to do new things here. Obviously, bare knuckle fighting is new. The Platform Showdown is new, something that we're going to launch here. And we're also going to be doing we're teaming up with NFT 3D Me, and we're going to create the first ever combat sports virtual world. So you'll be able to see these fighters inside, these fighters, the fans, the action, merchandise, all kinds of stuff inside this virtual world, which will be available at bkfcnft.com. It's another amazing innovation, and I just want to say thanks to Bruno and everybody at NFT 3D Me for making this happen. Then we move over to the other edition that we did with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship on this event, and it's called the Platform Showdown. We have some YouTubers, TikTokers, influencers, hip-hop star Blueface is going to be putting the gloves on. We're doing a lot of different things here, and a lot of people ask me, why am I doing this? And you know, I talk to a lot of the athletes, and I explain because I'm going to have 100 million new eyeballs potentially on this sport, and on these people are going to be able to reap the rewards of this. You know, all these new faces that are going to be able to see what this great sport, bare knuckle fighting, is all about. So I want to say thank you to these guys for having the balls to really step up there and battle it out. And a lot of people are wondering, is it going to be a circus? Are they going to fight? What's it going to look like? Look, each and every one of these guys have bigger egos than the next. And because of that, they have huge social media followings, and they're not going in there to lay down or not fight good for their social media following. So expect 3 tremendous fights from these guys here. Then we have a tremendous card at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19, which I never, ever thought that I would have bare knuckle fighting. Think about it, bare knuckle fighting, and have 6 ladies up here at the table. It's unbelievable. So for this 6 ladies to lead the way and lead the charge for bare knuckle fighting right now, you know, it's tremendous. I want to say thank you to them, because each and every one of them really came in and fought their asses off for us and blew this sport to a whole new level. So thank you, ladies. You know, the first fight will be, she was one half of the fighter tonight at Knucklemania. The last time we were here at Burt's, we did this for Knucklemania, and Taylor Starling. She fought a tremendous fight against Krista Sigla, and she will be battling Cassie Robb from Wyoming, who we talked to a long time ago about getting her to fight when we did bare knuckle fighting in Wyoming back in June of 2018. And then we go into the feature bout of the evening, and this girl has been fighting for a long time, not just for us. She fought for me in pro boxing before. Britain Hart. She will be battling Jenny Savage in the feature bout of the evening. And Britain, you know, I don't know if she wants me to say this or not, but Britt just this afternoon got married. So congrats to Britain Hart and Joey Beltran. And then the main event. The main event of this evening is going to be Friday night is going to be a special event. It's going to be an awesome fight. It's a rematch, if you will. It's a rematch of a fight that they fought in the UFC. It's not really a rematch because it's a whole different sport, and you know it's a lot of different things that are going into this thing. But they did fight before in the UFC, and they're going to be towing the line on Friday night, July 23rd, for bare knuckle fighting championship. That's Rachael Ostovich versus Paige VanZant. And one last thing, the co-main event of the evening is not here. He's coming in from England, and because of COVID and everything, we had to quarantine him in Cancun, so he won't be here later on. He is 7-0 undefeated British bare-knuckle champion. Mick Terrill will be taking on our first inaugural bare-knuckle fighting champion, Arnold Adams. So that's going to be a tremendous fight. I just want everybody to really make sure that you come out and watch this event live, because everybody that I tell to watch this event live, and you know, they're like, yeah, whatever. They watch this event live and they're fans for life. This is something that you definitely want to see in person. So we do have limited tickets available. We opened up the upper tier because tickets were selling so good. You can get them at BKFC.com. You can get all the streaming information there at BKFC.com for the Bare Knuckle TV app and for Fight TV. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out.
Again, everyone, David Feldman. We're going to talk to the fighters first, and then we will talk to the fighters standing seated just below me for our Platform Showdown. We will start with our main event. Again, as David said, this is a rematch of a bout from 2019, Paige VanZant versus Rachael Ostovich. Paige, we'll start with you. Second time around. We were all here up on this dais in February for your BKFC debut. Second time around, how is it different for you in bare knuckle?
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited now that I have the experience in bare knuckle boxing after having my first fight. I feel like I really gained momentum in that 5th round, and now going into this one, obviously Rachael and I are common opponents in the UFC, and now it's a completely different sport. We're taking the gloves off and bare knuckle boxing each other. So I think between the two of us, there's 100 reasons you should tune in and watch this fight.
Rachael, what was your motivation to come to BKFC? Was it primarily for a rematch against Paige?
Motivation. Okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Cool. Sorry. Motivation, to be honest, not always there, but consistency is where it's at. I got to keep it 100. Paige is definitely a big motivation for me. We're great foils for each other. I feel like we're going to bring a lot of tenacity and excitement tomorrow night. Definitely want to, again, it's not a rematch because it is a different sport, but I do want to run it back and, you know, show what we got. Prove to the haters and the naysayers that we belong here despite our looks.
Also on the card, feature bout, women's 125ers, Britain Hart versus Jenny Savage. Britain, I'm going to again say, I don't know that it got the applause it deserves. Literally hours ago, you went to the county courthouse here in Florida and you married the reigning BKFC heavyweight champion, Joey Beltran.
You know what? Damn right. I definitely did.
You told me when we talked earlier, you said, no way I'm losing on the weekend I get married.
Absolutely not.
What are your emotions like coming off of the fight, the win of your career against Paige in February, and now entering this bout?
Yeah, you know, I really looked at that fight to change my life, but this is kind of like testimony to that. You know, that fight, really, we're fighting in the ring, but it's really outside life that's really changing your life. And that man's changed my life more than being in the ring. So I do have to say that I really have that perspective. But it makes me want to work harder in the ring to prove to everyone why I was there in the first place, where I've come from, and what I want to aspire to. And that's why I did marry that man, because I do want to look up to greatness and have the belt and have the title and defend it over and over and over again.
Jenny Savage is 1-0 in bare knuckle fighting championship. Jenny, I've commentated you in MMA. I've commentated you, of course, in BKFC. You seem very natural in this sport. Did you feel you would be a natural for bare knuckle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I love to do.
What are your feelings now going in? And there's been a lot of back and forth with you and Britain Hart coming into this bout.
Small things to a giant.
Anything you want to say with Britain right now?
Hi. I really ain't got nothing to say, but let's go.
Britain?
Boom.
Hi and boom.
As David Feldman talked about, this is so progressive for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. At the top of the card, again, you see 3 women's bouts, which is phenomenal. Is the only child of a single mom, is a husband for 20 years, is the dad of 2 daughters. I love the fact that Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship fully embraces women's fighting. So progressive, I think it's fantastic. The talented 6 women on the dais really speaks to that. So another women's 125-pound bout, Taylor Starling versus Cassie Robb. Taylor, your bout on the undercard, and look what happens when you have a big win. You move up at Knucklemania in February here in Florida. How has your life changed since that fight versus Charissa Sigala, which is probably going to win across all combat sports Fight of the Year?
Yeah, it's been crazy. My life definitely changed overnight. A lot of people now know who the Killer Bee is, but I knew who I was. I felt this way before that happened, and it was just a matter of having the platform and the opportunity to go and showcase that. So I just remember right before I fought, nobody knew who I was, nobody cared, and now people do because I fight with my heart and soul, and I fight like that every single time, and that's why Bare Knuckle FC is for me.
Cassie, you're extremely experienced in MMA. I've seen you in person in Kansas City fighting twice in Invicta. What has the transition been like for you in training, coming from MMA now to bare knuckle?
I mean, I do have the experience, so I'm excited to try something different. I've stepped a little more into boxing, after MMA, and now we're just taking the gloves off. I've been on big platforms, and I'm excited to be on another big platform again.
There's no animosity with the 2 of you, right?
Oh no, not at all.
No. I actually, I've known of Cassie for a really long time, and I've always admired her, and there's been so many times we've reached out to each other on social media, so I've never had any problems with her. And I try not to be like that with everybody I fight. I don't feel like I have to be a shit talker to do the sport. I just don't feel that way.
So again, you will see on Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19 on Friday night, Paige VanZant versus Rachael Ostovich. Also Britain Hart versus Jenny Savage, and Taylor Starling versus Cassie Robb. As David Feldman spoke about, also new to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship on Friday night's card, the Platform Showdown. Will now turn our attention to the fighters seated just below me. We'll start with Blueface. I know you were an outstanding high school football player. How do you feel your athleticism will transfer from playing high school football now to becoming a fighter?
It's coming natural, I practice footwork all through high school, so that's really all it's about in this sport, I feel like. So it's going great for me. I don't plan on going past the 3rd round, really.
Blueface will be fighting Kane Trujillo. Kane, coming into this bout, what has your training camp been like?
It's been one hell of a time, man. Fighting, look, man, the amount of respect I put on for boxers and fighters behind me, real fighters, it's fucking amazing. These guys put in some work that you would never even imagine, and I can't even. Bro, let me talk, dude. I'm trying to be serious. What the fuck? But being a fighter, I respect the hell out of it, and I'm training my ass off because this is gonna be an experience of a lifetime, for sure.
Also, fighting Platform Showdown is Evil Hero versus Dakota Olave. Evil Hero, will start with you. Talk about the incident just about a month ago in Florida at the face-off at the press conference leading into BKFC 19.
Yeah, so last month we had a little face-off where he called me out to the front. A couple people whispered in my ear to do some things, so I pushed him. I didn't mean to push him that hard. I guess he just was off balance. I didn't mean to. It happens.
Dakota, does that give you extra motivation now coming into this bout?
No, so we're good on that. You don't have to mean to push me that hard. Where my qualm does lie is you have gone around the internet saying my nickname's The Bum when I have confided in you before when we were friends that I grew up homeless and poor. That is where my qualm lies.
And our third platform, go ahead.
I was just saying in general, like, I didn't mean
No,
literally
dude,
you're a bum.
dude.
But no, it's good. It's good. If that's what motivates you, then use that. That's all I gotta say.
Jenny, you want to get in on this?
Fight, 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 fight.
And our third platform showdown bout, DK Money versus Nick Ireland. DK Money.
Yes, sir.
Talk about your training camp coming into this bout.
The training camp has been insane, actually. I played football like growing up all my life, and I thought that training was hard. And then I got my coach right here who put me through some stuff that I was just like, holy, like way harder than I thought.
Nick, what has this experience been like for you now coming in, becoming a fighter?
You know, it's a lot more work than I thought going into it, so I have a lot of respect for actual fighters up here. And, you know, I just been getting better and better and having fun out there.
So again, our platform showdown bout. You will see Blueface versus Kane Trujillo, Evil Hero versus Dakota Olave, DK Money versus Nick Ireland. I'm going to go back to our main event fighters one more time, and then we will open up to the media. Paige, there's a learning curve in bare knuckle. We saw that 25 years ago, the evolution of mixed martial arts. What have you seen in your training from February to now where you feel that you've made improvements in that learning curve?
Yeah, you know, after my last fight, I felt like it was really important for me to be in a straight boxing gym. I was training at ATT, American Top Team, for my first fight, and now I'm at Mundo Boxing with Pedro Diaz. And in the boxing world, obviously, he's highly respected, and everybody knows him. And I think that gives me just a sense of confidence to have a coach like that in my corner and a coach like that believe in me. So truly, my confidence lies in the training he's prepared me for. So I just feel like I'm a more complete boxer going into this instead of just an MMA fighter who's boxing.
Rachael, how much have you studied other bare knuckle fights, other BKFC bouts coming to your debut on Friday?
Well, I've always seen it. I always thought it was kind of like a taboo thing, so I would be like, oh, I don't really want to watch it. But when I actually came last month, I was in awe. I was kind of like, wow, this is crazy. Now, I thought MMA with 4-ounce gloves were crazy, but this is crazy. So this will definitely be one of those things that I cross off my bucket list.
We'll open it up now to the media. I'm going to see Christopher Rothstein, and he is going to go first. First question, Chris.
Thanks, Sean. First of all, thank you all for being here today. Thanks for bringing BKFC back to us here in Tampa. We really appreciate it. I'm going to get everybody as quick as I can. I want to start with Britain Hart. So, Britain, you just got married today. Little crazy timing during fight week. So, what's on your plans for the honeymoon?
Well, we're planning to knock someone out.
There you go.
Red panty night! It's red panty night!
So also, since you got married, I want to know, are we going to see the name change to Britain Hart Beltran? Are you going to stay at Britain Hart, or are you going to make Joey change his name to Joey Hart?
Well, he did say earlier that, you know, the queen is the one who gets to make the rules. So that was pretty nice. But no, I think we have to wait. You know, there's some legality things. So we're going to go into this as Hart, but that's, you know, you'll see it and it'll leave after that. So it'll be an upgrade after this 23rd fight.
Awesome. And last one for you. People accuse you of being cocky and arrogant, and some could say you shouldn't be. What do you say to those people that think you're too cocky and arrogant for where you're at right now?
You know, to me, it's like, what fighter isn't? But, you know, everyone wants real until they get it, and then they have a problem with it. But, you know, I'm still going to be real no matter what. I'm a real fighter.
Rachael, first of all, thanks for being here today. I can't wait to see you get in it. You said that it was crazy, and the first time you watched, you, like, fell in love with it. What are you doing differently now to really make this transition over? Have you gotten a boxing coach like Paige has done, or are you continuing to do your normal training?
Yeah, definitely. Training, boxing, mixed in with my normal training at my home gym. There's a lot of different aspects to this game. It's not just boxing. It's, you know, it's a street fight as well. We're banging out. So that's what I plan to do. I come from Hawaii, and we grew up as scrappers, and I'm excited.
We're excited to see it. Can't wait to see you guys go at it again in a different sport. Taylor Starling, you said it yourself. Your world changed after that last fight, and I agree with Sean. You're going to be nominated for Fight of the Year all over the place. What for you do you need to do Friday, to take Cassie Robb out?
I just got to go out there and be the killer bee like I am every fight. I don't feel like there's really too much of a difference that I need to do. The way that I fight the soul that I put into it, my heart. I literally go in there and fight like I'm fighting for my life. So if I go in there and fight like I'm fighting for my fucking life, like I do every single time I fight, I'm in good shape.
Jenny Savage, you know, I was reading on your social media, you stopped taking requests from media and interviews leading into this. I know you had a tough camp. What did you pull out of this tough situation in this camp to bring you to fight night on Saturday or Friday?
The Holy Spirit.
Awesome. Paige, again, glad to see you here. Paige, is your second fight. You know, the world, like, you know, doubted you when you first showed up, and you took an L. I know you've gotten a boxing coach now, but what's your mental now going into this? Is it different than it was the last time?
I don't think anybody ever doubts me, honestly. I've been doing this for so long. I was in the UFC for 6 years. This is just part of the fight game. Going into this one, I have all the confidence in the world. I feel like I did everything I could for the last camp, and I've done even more for this one. I'm extremely confident going into it. I'm excited to put on a show for everybody.
All right, thank you. And last one for Cassie Robb. Cassie, you know, Sean mentioned you did the MMA. You're coming over to bare-knuckle. There's no bad blood between you and Taylor, which is awesome. It's good to see that you guys can just conduct business. But for you, what do you have to do after seeing her last fight to take the heart away from that girl?
I honestly pretty much just have the same answer. I think both of us fight with a lot of grit and a lot of heart, and we just fight, you know, like we're fighting for our lives. So both of us are going to do that, and it's probably going to get pretty bloody, but it's going to be a war.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Brian Sosha has the microphone. Next media question, por favor.
Rachael, I just wanted to know what it was like, what this fight week experience is like for you. It's your first time getting ready for a BKFC fight. What is the actual fight week experience like for you, and how do you compare it to others in the past?
This fight week experience has definitely been different for me. Coming all the way from Hawaii, we have a 6-hour difference. So it's been a little, there's been a lot of adjusting to, you know, but nothing different than my usuals. I've been doing this for a while as well, so should be good.
And Jenny, question for you. This fight's got some heat to it. It's had it since Knucklemania. I'm curious what inspired you to actually go into the ring after Britain beat Paige. Is there an explanation for that?
There is, but it's not good enough for everyone, so I don't think it's worth explaining. I just think that I'm going to showcase my skills and prove all the doubters wrong. I'm underestimated completely, and I don't really know if there's anything I can say. I don't really care to prove anyone wrong with my words, but with my hands, so.
And then, Britain, your reaction to that. Why do you think Jenny went into the ring after you beat Paige that night?
I thought that was an excellent question. I was actually very interested in what she had to say, and I don't know why she doesn't think it's good enough, because that's why this fight is heated and why I've made the comments I have. It's not that I'm underestimating her, that I think anybody is beneath me. It's the fact that you went in the ring. You went in the ring on my main event. Let me talk. Let me talk, because I waited.
Okay, all right.
And you came in the ring, so you just have this
common
habit. You have a common habit of breaking into things when you don't belong.
You were drunk. Right? You were drunk commentating my debut. Does anybody remember that? Because I do. That's why I hopped in that ring. I deserve. Okay, go ahead. Pick up the mic.
And if anyone has heard that fight, I was complimentary of
you. No, you weren't.
I said everything I could nice about you. I said you had a good overhand
Then you approached me. Then you approached me rudely and talked about how I only have an overhand.
You had a great overhand, which I'm going to block in a couple of days and show everyone how it's done. But I said you had a great overhand, and that's negative to you?
No.
You are crazy if you think me complimenting you was saying something rude. Jenny Savage, tell everybody, what did I say to you? That was so rude. Come on, can you remember?
What did you say to me?
Remember?
That I couldn't do it to you, is what you said.
I said you had a nice overhand.
Yeah, that could not land on you, and that's all I had.
Well,
you also made fun of my height. You made fun of a lot of things, and that's okay. It's okay.
Okay. When you give me the soundbite proving that, go back and find the fight in soundbite, because you're making that shit up. Because you're fucking crazy.
You approached me after the fight. How can I have a soundbite of something that is like literally a conversation between me and you?
You see what you started. Let's go to one more media question, then we'll get final comments from David Feldman. Again, assembled media, the fighters will be available for one-on-ones. We're also going to do our face-off photos So we have a total of 6 face-off photos as well. We'll just ask, just for the video, that everyone remain seated while we do the face-offs for that, and then again one-on-ones. So Brian Sosha has the microphone. One more media question.
Question for David.
You can ask anybody on the dais. Go right ahead, please.
Obviously, the main event is getting a lot of buzz, a huge fight. But outside of that, is there any fight that you would like to highlight or that you think should deserve maybe a little bit more love that is flying under the radar?
Look, my man, you got 6 women going into the ring. There's fireworks, trust me. But other than that, realistically, I'm looking, I think the heavyweight fight that we have as a co-main event could be one of our best fights we've ever had in BKFC history. That's what I'm anticipating. I think it's going to be a tremendous, tremendous matchup. But I mean, Jenny Savage and Britain Hart, you know, look at what's happening up here. Paige and Rachael, Taylor Starling and Cassie Robb. I mean, 3 tremendous fights in addition to the heavyweight fight, plus the 7 other bare-knuckle fights that are going to be on the card. Abby Velazquez, among so many others, and then these 6 influencers. It's going to be one tremendous night of fights, and you know, as a fan, I'm looking forward to this.
And for Blueface.
So again, it's bare-knuckle. I'm sorry, go right ahead. Follow up, please.
For Blueface, you're obviously a big name. You know, there's been some headlines also with Tekashi 6ix9ine, but why fight King Trujillo? How did that fight come about, and why him?
I actually didn't choose the fight. I guess he chose me. I was approached by a promoter. He asked me if I wanted to fight. I said, yeah. He said, who? I said, it doesn't matter, bring me anybody. A week later, he says this guy wants to fight me, so that's how that came about.
I think we're good, Sean.
So again, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19 this Friday night, Florida State Fairgrounds in very nearby Tampa, Florida. Begins 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can see the prelims live worldwide. Our main card begins at 8 o'clock. The way to watch is Bare Knuckle TV and Fight. Again, limited tickets are still available. Some additional upper deck seats have been opened up. You can purchase those bkfc.com. A total of 14 fights on this absolutely stacked Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19 bout. Included in those 14 are the 3 Platform Showdown fights. We thank all of you for attending. Again, if everyone will remain seated, we'll do the stare downs, we'll do the photos, and then one-on-ones will be available. One more time, though, final comments. Mr. David Feldman.
Again, I want to say thank you to all the fighters and all the media and everybody that came out today. We're going to have a tremendous event here Friday night. Also want to just to, you know, a personal note right now that if anybody out there wants to do something and you have a vision, just work your ass off and make it happen. We just, next Wednesday, if you guys aren't familiar with the boxing world, but the Association of Boxing Commissioners is the regulatory body that governs all of professional boxing and combat sports around the country. And next Wednesday, they are forming, first time in history, Bare Knuckle Boxing Committee. So it's amazing. And we're very thankful to Sean to really open that door for us, and that opens up so many doors around the world for us right now. So thanks, Sean.
Thank you, David. We'll now do our stare down photos. Start with me. We'll start with our main event photos. Can everyone please hang out? We'll get this stare downs. There might be a few more fireworks to come still. Again, we thank all of you for being here with us, watching live worldwide. It's BKFC 19 this Friday night.
Hey, I got more. Can this go on?
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19, Friday, July 23rd, live from Tampa, Florida. Watch as Paige VanZant welcomes Rachael Ostovich to bare knuckle. Plus, former heavyweight champ Arnold Adams and the undefeated Brit Mick Terrill knuckle up. And Britain Hart and Starling return to action. Plus, the debut of the Platform Showdown featuring hip-hop artist Blueface. BKFC 19, Friday, July 23rd, live on Bare Knuckle TV and Fight.